It's not a plan you have to buy or sign up for. It's not special food you have to have delivered, or even a complicated book you have to read. The Keto Diet is simply a shift in how you eat that claims to turn your body into a fat-burning machine. The ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carb eating plan. Eating more fats and very few carbs puts your body into ketosis, a metabolic state where your body burns fat instead of carbs for fuel, often leading to rapid and substantial weight loss. And let's face it, keto is everywhere. Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and people in your own life are all singing the praises of a ketogenic diet.
It works. It is not hard to stick with. That was my biggest thing.
The reason why keto is so helpful for me is because it completely broke my addiction to carbohydrates.
I lost 40 pounds in 12 weeks.
Steak, burgers, bacon, even cheese, and you lose weight. The keto craze has thousands of people trading in their carbs for a high-fat frenzy, and they say they don't miss the sugar or the bread. If you feel like everyone is talking about keto, but you have no idea what it is, how to start, and want to know if keto is right for you, we have you covered with the Ultimate Keto Show. This is the show you have all been waiting for. Let me introduce you to our Keto Dream Team. He's the king of keto, author of the Keto Reset Diet, Mark Sisson. There he is. We also have the keto coach, who is on the front lines helping real women repair their metabolic damage through keto, Stephanie Person. And she shared her personal journey losing 100 pounds. That's right, 100 pounds, preaching keto karma on YouTube and motivating hundreds of thousands of you to do the exact same. Please welcome author of Simply Keto, Suzanne Ryan. Plus, joining us from all around the country, the keto Instagrammers who are going to be showing you keto hacks throughout the show. Hi, everybody. I'm going to say keto, we have to right now, it's a personal thing. There's just one way of doing it. All of our experts have their own take on how to get the most out of your keto. That's where we're all going to start, getting you comfortable with what they are saying. So, Mark, we're going to start with you. Yes. Keto, it's having an incredible moment now. What is going on?
Well, first of all, it works. Lots of people have been doing this for a bunch of years with tremendous results. Lost weight, more energy, decrease in inflammation, and getting a hold of their appetite, their hunger, and their cravings. And now the science is actually proving why it works and how it works.
You all agree with that?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start with you, Mark. We have a little demonstration here. We're going to show you how keto can turn your body's fat off and turn you into a fat-burning machine. And we're going to explain how. It's pretty straightforward. Mark's going to demo. You get to be the body. You up for that?
I'm up for it. Let's do it.
All right. So think of your body's digestion process as if you were pedaling forward on a bicycle. That's important. You're pedaling forward. You're moving forward, consuming calories from foods, which these days happen to be mostly carbs for folks, right? Yes, there's some sweets, but so are the bread, the pasta, the high-carb veggies you've been counting here, right? And as you pour these like corn and potatoes into your body converts all that energy, right? Most of it anyway. But we don't get consumed. We actually have to store it as fat. And that's why, unfortunately, so many of you are noticing your hips and your waists are getting a little bigger, right? But your body has a whole different way of digesting. Not this way, but actually something called ketosis. We got to train your body to go in a different direction. Mark, if you don't mind, stand at attention and go in reverse. Now watch what happens. Now that he's going in reverse, he's got to feed his body differently to get there. So if you've starved your bodies of carbs, no more of those carbs I just had, but instead you're feeding it lots of high-fat food. So you're not starving yourself, you're feeding yourself lots of stuff like meats and eggs and oils. Your body converts the fat into energy. And here's the best part, the bonus part. When you're done converting this to energy and you haven't had enough, your body will then go into its reserves. It'll raid the fat that you've stored up, right? And it'll start burning away that fat as well, which means your hips, your belly, it all begins to shrivel down, which is what happens in ketosis. Did I get it right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Come on over. Now that I have world experts help me understand this stuff, it's pretty cool. I get why so many folks are doing it. But how does someone know whether they're actually in ketosis? When you start pedaling in reverse, what do you start to notice?
Well, so when you're in ketosis, that means the liver is making ketones. Ketones are a fuel that get put into the bloodstream. So one of the first things you would notice is increased energy. You have this super fuel that your body is creating from fat that's now in your bloodstream. One of the things that people notice is they no longer crave sweets as much.
Would you all like that, by the way?
Which is huge, yeah.
So I want to point this out because the people I've talked to, like you, who are successful in keto diets, say it's easy because they're not craving the foods they know they can't have.
Right. So another reason or another way you might detect that you're in ketosis is you might smell it on your breath. A little metallic breath, a little sweet rotten apple breath or something like that.
But it doesn't have to be bad breath.
No.
People think they're going to smell like the worst thing imaginable.
No.
Right.
Exactly. And then a final way is on urine strips. So, you pee purple, right? That's one of the hallmarks of being in ketosis is it's demonstrated by the urine. Yeah.
So come on over. I want you to show everyone what kinds of foods we
Sure.
can and what we can't eat on this program. And again,
Absolutely.
people aren't shipping this to you in a box. You're going to actually make these decisions yourself. We're treating you like an adult because you should be treated like an adult to make wise decisions. So what is okay to eat? Green checks for keto.
Right. Okay. So protein rich, these are clean proteins. So we got beef, pork, lamb, chicken, turkey.
So these meats have fats, obviously, which is what you're looking for, but you can get your fat without having to produce, you don't have to have a steak to get the fat.
Absolutely not. So then we have nuts and seeds and oil. So we have macadamia nuts, one of my favorites, pecans, Brazil nuts, avocado oil, coconut oil, butter, ghee, full-fat yogurt, for instance, and even some of the fringe foods like unsweetened almond milk are okay.
I'm just going to go through a couple of these things. First of all, so there's lots of things you can eat that are actually arguably good for you, but there are things, this is what throws docs off, they're in the don't eat category. They're also good for you, right? I mean, we all know not to have soft drinks, but what's the problem with an apple or a potato, for example?
Yeah, so apples, carrots, those are what we call high glycemic fruits and vegetables. So they convert to glucose pretty quickly in the bloodstream. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to reduce the amount of glucose that gets into the bloodstream because glucose shuts off ketosis, right? So we want to avoid bread, pasta, cereal, cakes, candies, pies, cookies. I'm sorry, but that goes along with it.
They're going to rush the stage.
No, but look at all the good stuff you can eat, right? So
Mark, thank you very much. We'll be back. We'll check in a second.
Okay.
So anyone who does keto knows their macros. That's the breakdown of how much fat, protein, and carbs are in their daily diet. And most keto people keep their macros at around 70%, with 25% protein and about 5% carbs. But listen, everyone has their own approach. So I want to call on keto coach Stephanie, who actually has more fats in her macro than, for example, Mark does. Did I get that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How much more fat do you have?
I go up to about 80%, around 200 grams of fat.
So it's mostly fat in your diet.
Yes.
And how do people calculate out the amount of these macros in the real world? They're not going to be weighing them in scales all the time.
No, Dr. Oz, this is the one thing with my clients. They're like, Steph, how do I measure this? And I'm like, it's simple. Just use your hands. So for example, if you're going to measure your protein, you just use 2 to 3 fingers. That's 2 to 3 ounces. You place it over your protein, and that gives you the idea of how much.
Okay.
Then you put your hands together like you're going to pray, and now we have the thickness of the protein. Super simple.
And there's a rule of 3 that you abide by that shows you we're getting enough of the fats that we need.
Yes. So when it comes to your fats, it's very, very simple as well. You take a tablespoon of olive oil. You'll go 1, 2, 3 onto a plate. That's your rule of 3.
Just count them out.
Just count them out. So when it comes to your vegetables, you take your hand, you grab loosely, which symbolizes 1 cup of a cruciferous vegetable, plop it down on your plate. If you have a salad, if you have cooked vegetables, you can go up to 3 handfuls. Typically people go up to 2. 1, 2, or 3, and that's easy. Just a loose hand equates a cup.
Part of the reason I wanted to have you on was I wanted to understand how it's worked for you. So you've been on a keto diet for 10 years, is that right?
Yeah, 10 years, guys, 10 years.
And how's it affected you?
51 years of age, 51. I used to be a professional skateboarder, and I ate horrifically. And because I've done keto for so long, for 10 years, all the inflammation has gone down to here. So my health is amazing. I cannot speak more highly of keto.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank
Good
you.
for you. Up next, the simplest keto meal plan ever as we go to break, a keto hack by Instagram keto guru Liz Williams.
I am a very busy mom, and me and my husband run a gym together. Sundays are spent in the kitchen getting ready for the weekend meal prepping. The way to make keto or living a ketogenic lifestyle sustainable is to have easy access to keto-friendly meals.
This is my first video about my weight loss journey with the ketogenic diet. My starting weight on January 13th was 289 pounds.
Welcome to my 12-week update video and a total weight loss of 45 pounds.
I found my clavicles this week, which is pretty exciting that I actually do have them. I had to buy new bras. My BMI is officially in just the overweight category and not in the obese category anymore. 24-week loss of 65.8 pounds and a 41-week loss of 89.4 pounds. And welcome to my 1-year weigh-in. 188.8, a 1-year loss of 100.2 pounds. It's really unreal, honestly, and it's just been a really humbling and incredible experience.
That is unbelievable.
Thank you.
That is remarkable.
Thank you so much.
I treasure when people actually do it on their own.
Yeah.
So we are back giving you the ultimate guide to keto, everything you need to know about the diet that everyone is on, including Suzanne here. You just saw lost 100 pounds by changing her daily diet with the help of the keto diet. Now, she says she likes to keep her macro numbers 70% fat, 25% protein, 5% carbs, which tends to be pretty typical.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So I want to go through, if I can, a day with you, what you typically eat, so people who want to copy you can copy you.
Yeah, totally. So one of the things that I really thought that I was going to miss at first was mashed potatoes, because that was like one of my favorite things.
Mashed potatoes are okay with this?
Well, no. So these are not mashed potatoes.
That was just an aside.
Yeah.
Just, by the way.
This is like the perfect example, though, of how easy it is to just change the ingredients to healthier items, and then you can make things that you still love. So this is actually made with cauliflower. So it's low carb, and it has all these ingredients as you would expect in like a twice baked potato, but it's low carb and it's absolutely delicious, and you don't even miss the potatoes.
It's better than potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, while you've been talking to us, we've been filling out your little chart. Here's the macro chart, so you all see how it's done. Let's see how we did. Put the numbers up there. You got exactly 70% fat, 25% protein.
Yeah.
And are you almost always on target in your days?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. And you know what's interesting? At first, I tracked for like the first year, and then you really get the hang of it, and it just becomes a new lifestyle. And it's really nice because you don't have to obsess over it. It just becomes your new normal.
All right, let me go to Mark for a second. You're standing by with a bunch of audience members. I didn't realize this, but almost the entire audience seems to be on the keto diet, which I guess it can't be that hard if the whole audience is.
Exactly.
Am I right? So, everyone here has at least done 7 days on the keto diet. Some of the folks here much longer. So you've agreed to take their biggest questions. So you want to start us off?
Sure. Oh, go ahead.
Hi. I was just wondering, can you incorporate alcohol into the keto diet?
Aha.
So the answer is within reason, with moderation. Having said that, there are some beverages that you can consume. You want to stay away from mixed drinks that have sugary, mixers in them and things like that. But gin, vodka, tequila, straight or with water, yeah.
Now we're talking.
And there are some wines. There are some wines that have no sugar, so you can find those online.
I learned actually the tequila business is exploding. Seriously.
It is.
Not because it's cool or tasty, but because people who are on the keto diet can drink it and they don't get into trouble with it. I think it's like 66 calories an ounce or some ridiculously low number.
And no carbs.
And no carbs, more important.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been really, really effective so far. I just wanted to know, when can I have a cheat day?
I knew someone. I was trying to get at that. People make mistakes.
Yeah, okay, so when I first started, that was my focus too. I was like, when can I have my next cheat meal? I recommend giving it at least a couple months. Give yourself some time to see how you're dealing with food. A lot of us are emotional eaters, and we need to learn new ways of doing things so that we're not turning to food. And you'll find that the cheat meals, while you can have every once in a while to make this livable, really will not have so much effect on you, and you won't be craving them as much.
Mark, you made that point, that you don't crave the foods that you used to want to cheat with.
In my estimation, that's the single biggest benefit of this way of eating, is that you get a hold of those appetite, craving, hunger pangs that used to run your life up to now.
Yeah.
All right, you got one last question. Take it away.
Okay, so I haven't been able to fit these jeans before my son was born, and I
Well,
want
stand up and see them. I like it.
But I want to know, when am I going to stop being in such a bad mood.
Who would you take that one?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can totally relate. When I first stopped sugar, I definitely went through a detox period. I'm pretty sure my husband like ran and hid from me in the morning sometimes. So it gets better, just hang on there and you actually come out better on the other side.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful advice. Congratulations to all you, to the whole audience. You're all making it through ketosis. When we come back, we explore the ultimate keto guide to Thanksgiving. You don't want to miss this. As we go to break, check out this keto snack hack by the Keto Connect Mega.
Hey guys, today we're going to be making keto crackers. We have 3/4 cup of whole flax seeds, 1/4 cup of flaxseed meal, 2 ounces of raw pumpkin seeds, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, and a dash of salt. Then we're gonna add 3/4 cups of water and let this rest for 10 minutes. Pour the thickened mixture out onto a lined baking sheet and flatten it out to a 1/4 inch thickness. The crackers have cooked and they've cooled for 10 minutes, and I like to just break these up roughly by hand. These crackers go great with a side of guacamole or even some cheese. Be sure to serve them at your next family gathering.
We're back with the ultimate keto guide, and now we tackle Thanksgiving. Right? You can get through the holiday, right, without falling out of ketosis. You're in pretty good shape. So I brought back my Keto Dream Team and our group of keto testers. We're all ready for this. So team, what's the one thing you want us filling our plate with? What should all of these wonderful women be filling their plate with in order to stay ketotic during Thanksgiving?
Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah.
That's good for Thanksgiving. What about the skin? Can you eat the skin?
Absolutely the skin.
Because it's got fat.
Yeah.
Especially the
Delicious,
skin.
yeah.
But what about the stuffing? Now, before you answer, we actually did some homework on this, and we found out there's a lot you can say about stuffing. So as we go to break, take a look at this Abby's Kitchen breadless stuffing hack, which you are going to adore. There she is. Keep laughing. We'll be right back.
This is one of my favorite Thanksgiving meals, and there's no bread in it. To a baking sheet, I combined some chopped cauliflower florets, onion, celery, garlic, thyme, rosemary, sage, and turkey sausage, and I coat everything in a generous amount of olive oil. So I'm gonna roast this for 20 minutes at 450 degrees until it's golden brown. Top it off with pecans and parsley.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.